Oh my God, I'm late. Whoops, I'm so sorry. Hi, welcome. Hello. It's lovely to have you all here. Thank you for joining me in this training. If you are someone who makes excuses, knows what she needs to do, or even doesn't, and uses that as an excuse, either way, if what you're wanting to achieve is not working, it's not happening, you are in the right place. Excellent. So welcome along. I've got some great notes here because I don't want to waffle, right? If you're already someone that's making excuses, you don't need someone here that's waffling and wasting your time. So let's get to it. Welcome to this empowering video training session, which is designed exclusively for those of you who are determined to overcome these pesky excuses, the ones that sneak in left, right, and center, right? If you're wanting to shed extra pounds, if you're wanting to give up animal products, or just noticing that excuses are stopping you in other areas of your life, maybe in health, relationships, work, exercise, whatever it is, then this training is for you. All of the bullet points here will help you. But first, I want you just to type into the comments if you're watching live, say hello, tell me where you're watching from. I don't know where half of you are from, actually, to be fair. You're probably all from the States. Or if you're watching on replay, just drop in there and say replay and tell me where you're from still. So I'm going to give you 7 main key points for overcoming excuses and give you an actionable step for each. So get your pen and paper at the ready because I'm not repeating this. Well, you know me, I always repeat myself. And let's get started, shall we? Just one quick look. Let's see. Are we still live on Facebook? Like my laptop just literally froze. Literally froze. Are we here? Yes, I do think we are here. Excellent. So, number 1, of course, we need to acknowledge. We need to acknowledge your excuses. We all know that life can be hectic, and it's easy to find ourselves making excuses for not starting or sticking to our goals. Again, be it weight loss or reducing animal products or exercising more or finding more time for self-care, whatever it is. Instead, let's start adopting a positive mindset and focus on solutions rather than the roadblocks. So how are you going to do this? I want you to write down everything you think that is stopping you from achieving your goal. So if your goal is to exercise 3 times or go to the gym 3 times a week, and you're finding yourself not doing it at all, maybe going twice, I want you to sit down right now and write down everything you think is stopping you. So maybe it's, I don't have enough time, right? This is an excuse. We all have 24 hours in a day. Maybe it's, I don't have enough time. Maybe it is, I don't have enough motivation, right? There's an excuse. Maybe it's, I'm too tired. There's an excuse. Maybe it's, I don't have the right gym gear. That's definitely an excuse. Whatever it is, I want you to write down everything that you think is stopping you achieving your goal. Then, step number 2, over the space of a week, I want you to write down all of the things, all of the thoughts that got in the way of that thing that you wanted to do. Okay, so wanted to hit the gym 3 times. Maybe over the space of a week, you notice the thoughts of, oh, maybe I'm too tired today, or I ran out of time. Not that I didn't have enough time, which is what I predicted from step 1, but today I didn't have enough time. Maybe my clothes were in the wash. What you may notice is what you think gets in the way and what actually does get in the way will be different. So just notice which ones of these are mindset and which of them are real. Because from the realistic side, you know what you can do. You know that how you can make change in order to achieve that goal. So again, using this perfect example, if your forethought was, oh, I don't have enough time, and then on the day you say, well, I didn't have enough time to go to the gym by the time I realized I wanted to go, for example, you now have the foresight to plan ahead. So the next week So next week when I'm just going to take myself off the screen because I keep looking over there and it's really doing my nut in. So then to plan in for the next week, your time slots, right? And when you're doing your planning, be extremely vigilant. Like literally write down in your calendar your lunch. How long are you going to take for lunch? How long is the washing going to take you? How long does it take you to travel to and from work? What are you doing in that time? If you do this over the space of a couple of weeks, you will be able to create more time just because there'll be these little empty slots that will end up adding up, and you'll be able to create a little bit more space in your calendar for that. Now, set realistic goals is number 2. So, all right, ladies, let's talk about setting some achievable goals. Yeah, remember, this is your journey and it's essential to set realistic, measurable goals that align with your lifestyle and your commitment. So start small, celebrate every single victory. We've talked about this before, and build up the momentum towards your ultimate vision of success. Okay, so how do we do this? Let's write our goals down in SMART form. Yes, you hear this every day, probably from most people, whether it's a podcast, an Instagram post, or whether it's me. Everywhere, everyone says to write down your SMART goals. And that is because, write down your goals, that is because they are imperative for progress. If you don't have them up, you're unlikely going to want to have that motivation to achieve what you want, right? It's like out of sight, out of mind. Perfect example. So let's get them written down in SMART form. So SMART is an acronym. It stands for specific. So your goals need to be specific, not I want to feel better, right? That's not a specific goal. I want to feel better is not a specific goal. I want to lose 5 pounds is a very specific goal, okay? They need to be measurable. So I want to feel better is not necessarily measurable. So how do we change I just want to feel better as a goal? Well, maybe what is important to you in feeling better is having the energy to be able to play with your kids in the evening, right? Maybe that to you is what feeling better means or is about. So measurable, maybe it is I want to have the energy, I want to be able to play with my kids twice a week after work. Okay, that's more measurable, right? Usually in the measurable, you've got some form of measurement. So it's either twice, 2 times, 5 pounds, 7 pounds, 20 pounds, 100 pounds, whatever it is, it needs to be measurable. Attainable. So can you actually get it? And realistic. Is it realistic that you're going to be able to get it? Yeah. Attainable. Yes, you could lose 100 pounds. Absolutely. Absolutely. You could lose 100 pounds. Is it realistic to lose 100 pounds in a week? No, that is when the T comes in as well. So maybe think about looking at the SMART goals being timely. So how long in advance are your goals for? So if you want to lose 100 pounds, yes, it's attainable. You can literally lose 100 pounds. It's not like saying, I want to fly to Mars. Okay. So realistic, is it realistic that I'm going to lose 100 pounds? Yes, it could be realistic that you're going to lose 100 pounds. Is it timely that you could lose 100 pounds in 3 months? Absolutely not. That shit's going to take you about 18 months at the very least. Okay. So make sure that your goals are written in SMART form, and that's specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. Now, the key here is to go in and break this into small, manageable steps, right? So you've got your goal, you've got your ultimate, this is what I want to achieve. Now we need to go in and make sure that all of these steps are very small, very precise, and that you know what you need to do in the right order, right? They're manageable steps. You can use healthy rewards, i.e. not food-based, not food-driven, right? So a healthy reward is, I need to get them done professionally. If I lose 10 pounds in 10 weeks, if I lose 10 pounds in 10 weeks, I'm going to treat myself to a manicure. Okay. That is a much more productive reward than a food-based reward, right? Or a lazy reward, right? I like to think of, oh, well, I'm just going to give myself a day of Netflix as a reward. I mean, it's not actually benefiting your health, and I can guarantee you that that doesn't really work in alignment with your goals. So you obviously want to, you don't want to undo the work that you've done with the reward, but you also don't want to punish yourself as well. Yeah, you really don't want to punish yourself. So if you don't get to your goal, totally fine. Ask yourself why. Don't punish yourself. Be consistent and don't give yourself the reward, right? Just like you would speak to your kids, but also just have a look at why. Why didn't I reach it? Was my SMAR or T not very clear? Was it not accurate? Did that not work? Did I need more time? Was it not realistic? Was it not actually specific enough? So have a look at your goals when you get to them and work out if you didn't get to them or not, why. Number 3 is to find your why. Okay, now let's dig deep and find your why. Now, understanding your motivation behind wanting to lose weight can be a game changer. I literally go through this with every single client in our first session because it is the ultimate driving force of subconscious behavior. If you understand your why, and it is truly powerful, if you understand your real why, you're going to be able to understand the motivation or the lack of action or lack of productivity behind not getting there. You're going to be able to understand what the best driving force is, what the best goal is for you. So whether it's to boost your confidence, improve your health, set an excellent example for your loved ones, connecting with your why will definitely fuel your determination, even during those challenging times when you're really putting up excuse after excuse after excuse, right? Having your why, again, insight, in mind, outside, out of mind. So having your why around somewhere on a poster, maybe you can attach your why, the meaning of your why, to a new bracelet, a watch, a new piece of jewelry. Maybe it's a mug with some affirmations on it, whatever it is, okay? Make sure it is in your environment. Now, this will take some journaling. Yes, journaling is a fucking imperative for finding out why you are getting in your own way. But it is also for understanding your driving force too. Every step of your weight loss journey, you should be utilizing journaling because it is one of the most powerful tools for uncovering why you are making excuses, why you are not making any progress, why you're getting in your own way, and you can really coach yourself. And I shouldn't tell you this because obviously it would be nice if I could help you and coach you through your journey. But ultimately, if you use a journal almost every single day, you're going to find out so much and you're going to be able to make so much progress just by yourself. Now, prime example, I think it was January, I started with my client, Mary. Hi, Mary, if you're watching. She sent me a message the other day and said, I have not stopped journaling for, I think it was 3 months. She said it's absolutely, completely changed her outlook on life. She's able to get out of her own way and understanding why she does things, which then once you understand why, you can then shift because you can come at it from a different perspective. If what you're doing to try and motivate yourself isn't triggering that why, then you're not going to get anywhere. If that makes sense, please let me know. If it doesn't make sense, let me know. So yeah, ask yourself what you want. This is how you find your why. Ask yourself what you want and write it down. So what do I want? I want to lose weight. Okay, so write that down. I want to lose weight. Then you ask yourself why losing weight is important to you, right? So why is this result important to me? Now I want you to write your answer down. Maybe I want to lose weight because I want to feel better. So you write your answer down. Now you ask yourself, why is feeling better? So why is this result important to me? Why is feeling better important to me? Well, I'll be a good role model for my kids, or I'll have more confidence at work. Whatever, you know, this is your journey. This is you. This is your personality. Every single person is different. So now you've got your second answer. Now you go and ask the question again. Why is this result important to me? Now you write your answer down. You ask again why this result is important to you. This is the 5 whys coaching method. It is everywhere in the coaching realm because, again, it is so powerful, guys. I only give you the most powerful tasks to do, right? I don't give you shit that doesn't work. I don't just give you stuff to tell you that it's going to work to just keep you active for a little bit. I give you the real stuff that actually works because I just genuinely want to give you value. I want to give you the methods that I use with my clients and that other coaches use with their clients, just purely because I want the best for you guys. Okay, so bear in mind that, you know, this maybe silly or easy task might just sound, you know, too easy, or might just sound like there's no point to it. There really is. There really is. Okay. Are you still with me, guys? Are we still with me? Are we still with me? Am I still with me? Are you still with me? Awesome. So you're going to find out your why by asking why this result is important to you 5 times. Around about the 5th time, you'll probably understand a little bit more of your subconscious driving factor because you're really diving deep, and that would be a great why. Plaster it everywhere, connect with it on a daily basis. What I mean by connecting with your why is look at it, read it, feel it. Yeah, if your underlying reason why is because you want to lose weight so you can have more confidence, so you can get a promotion, so you can have more authority at work, so you can have more respect at home, right? There is a prime example of how the 5 whys will work. You think that you want to lose weight, but actually you just want a little bit more authority at home, right? You want people to take you seriously at home. Okay, again, this is just a sheer example, but by the time you get down to your 5th, that's your subconscious driving force. And as soon as you find that out and you plaster it everywhere and you connect with it on a daily basis, that is going to want to make you not make excuses, just grit and bear whatever it is and get you closer to what you want. Number 4 is overcome self-doubt. So we all face moments of self-doubt. We all question if we have what it takes to reach our goals. But guess what? You absolutely flipping do. The power lies within you every single time, right? I don't ever want to hear, and I'm talking to you, Sheila, because I know you're listening. I don't ever want to hear, I don't have the motivation that you do. I don't want to ever hear that. Stuff like that is just a limiting belief, right? You are self-doubting. You do not believe, you do not have the compassion for yourself. You do not believe that it is possible for you or that you could possibly have the motivation that I do. Okay, we all have the same capacity of motivation. It's whether I choose to follow it through or it's whether I choose to follow through with my excuses. Okay, so we all have the same capacity. Yes, there are some things you know, that I might have that you might not have, maybe that you have that I don't have, maybe that someone else that you inspire to be has but you don't have. Maybe it's resources, maybe it's equipment, maybe it's money, maybe it's time. Either way, you've really got to get over this self-doubt. Okay, the power lies within you to change that. So banish those negative thoughts and replace them with self-belief and self-compassion, because you deserve this transformation, right? All of you in this group, you are all capable of achieving it. So how do we do this? You're going to get out your journal. Who knew? What a surprise. You're going to get out your journal and write down your most limiting beliefs. Yeah, write them all down. I think I am incapable. I am too fat. I can't do this because I have bad knees. I don't know. I'm just trying to make these things off the top of my head, and I'm not great thinking on my feet. There you go. There's a limiting belief. I'm not great on my feet. I just said it. How ironic. Oh my God. See, we all have these moments of self-doubt. Okay. And this is the negative self-talk. And you can see it. I have it too, right? But I can assure you, in my journal, all of the negative things, I flip them around. And I do what I'm just about to tell you now. So you write down all of the limiting beliefs or the negative self-talk or the negative thoughts. And now you write the opposite, but only in a way that's believable. Okay. So if you write down, I am ugly, or my body is ugly. Let's use this example. My body is ugly, right? To then write down and try and believe I am a goddess, I am a model, I'm a Calvin Klein model, whatever. That might be way too substantial, way too unbelievable, pie in the sky kind of thought. And you're like, okay, I'm never going to believe that. So then strip it back a little bit, or maybe just take one step further. Oh crap, I've just moved all my notes. Maybe just take it one step further and say, okay, if my belief is I have an ugly body, the new belief I'm going to uptake is I have a working body, right? So instead of going from negative, the most extreme negative, to the most positive, the most extreme positive, we're going to take one step. Once you believe this, we take one step. Once you believe this, we take one step. Once you believe this, we take one step, right? So you don't go from A to Z, because that's not going to work. It's not going to get you anywhere. And again, you're going to make excuses to not do it because it doesn't sound believable. So you're going to get out all of your negative thoughts and beliefs onto paper. You're going to then rewrite them in a positive way. And then what you're going to do is repeat those positive ones out loud every single day for 30 days. If I told you, I'm going to challenge you now. If I set you a challenge and I said, in 30 days, if you repeated these positive beliefs 3 times a day in 30 days or in 4 weeks, you are going to believe them. Tell me in the chat, would you start? If you could, in 1 month, by spending 5 minutes a day collectively, telling yourself these new positive beliefs, that you could completely change up your own perspective, that you could stop the negative self-talk, the bullying, the punishment, that internal monologue that's telling you that you're not good enough. So you actually believe that you are good enough. And because you believe you're good enough, you make action, you take action. Would you do it? Write it in the comments now. I would do it. I wouldn't do it. If I told you it was absolutely certain you would change it, would you do it? Put it in the comments. Because absolutely, it will change your life. It will. And I have a perfect example. Today, I got off the phone with 2 of my clients. Both of them have actually, what's the word? What's the word that I'm looking for? What's the word? I don't know. Coincidentally, both of them have been applying their positive I am statements, their positive beliefs, for about the last 3 to 4 weeks. And they have both come to me today and they have both said, Bianca, it has changed everything. They've said it changes the way I think about myself, the way I perceive myself. And these are 2 different clients in 2 different stages. And they have both said about how incredible just shifting those beliefs and how much of a change that has made to their lives. So I challenge you, write down your old limiting beliefs and thoughts and negative beliefs and thoughts, change them into positive ones, say them, repeat them out loud 3 times a day. Give yourself 30 days and I guarantee you change that. Once you change that self-doubt, you change the ability to get out of your own way and stop making excuses. Number 5, embrace a balanced lifestyle. Now, I always talk about this, but let's talk about finding balance, right? Extreme diets and overly restrictive routines are often unsustainable and we fly off the handle and we're like, oh my God, this is too strict. I don't want to do it. Instead, bring the focus on making healthier choices, enjoying your favorite treats in moderation, finding joy in physical activities, and just genuinely love and look at love your life and look at adding more of the great health positive things into your life, right? This is called crowding in to crowd out. So you're crowding in the good stuff, you're crowding out the bad stuff. Remember, it's all progress, it's not perfection. We're not looking for perfection at every corner. Perfection on every corner does not exist, but actually making progress happens from not taking perfect action. Because perfect action never happens. We find excuses to not take action because it's not perfect. Talking to one of my clients right now. 1% is better than 0%. 1% of imperfect action. Actually, you know what? If you find out that what you did doesn't work, instead of waiting for the right thing that does work, then you've already made progress from the imperfect action because you now know what doesn't work. Tell me if you're with me on that. So always make 1% progress. Even if it doesn't work, then you know what doesn't work. So how are we going to do this? How do we crowd in to crowd out? So we start focusing on all of the good things in our lives, all of the foods that feed us with energy, all of the activities that feed us with energy, all of the people that give us energy and that give us positivity, right? And you just don't think about the things that don't. You don't think about the foods that don't support your goals. You don't think about that junk food. You don't think about sitting on the laptop or on the sofa watching Netflix all afternoon. You just don't think about it. You give yourself options, positive choices. So if spending the evening on Netflix was an option, take it off. It doesn't need to be an option. What could be an option is going down to the riverside and feeding the ducks, getting out, getting some exercise, right? Going to the sea, going to the gym, enrolling yourself in a class. Just try and get more of the good things in. If you're walking somewhere, take a detour or walk around the block again, right? Just add more. I always talk to my clients about add more, because as soon as we start focusing on what we can't have, that's when we just start making excuses and we feel like shit. Number 6 is to build a support system. So surrounding yourself with a supportive community can be a powerful tool for success. It really helps motivate you. It helps drive you. Think about all of the times that you have promised a friend to go and do something, maybe go to the gym or have a healthy lunch. And then think about the amount of times that you, like, what's the percentage that you follow through with them, but don't follow through on yourself, right? So of course, we're trying to stop that not following through with yourself, but it does help to have that support system. So share your goals, share your big why with your friends, your family, your colleagues, join like-minded groups, utilize this group. Guys, utilize this group. If you want a supportive community, if you want to share your wins, if you want to ask for help, if you want to ask for accountability, that's what this group is for. I'm trying to build a community here, guys. Y'all need to use it. So having people cheering you on during both highs and lows can be super, super tremendous source of motivation and that accountability. Okay. So number 7 is, of course, stay consistent. If you've ever read Atomic Habits, it will tell you that one day off of your habit doesn't make a difference, but 2 days do. 2 days do. 2 days does. So in other words, if you're trying to journal every single night and you miss one night, get back on it the next night. If you miss 2 nights, you get back on it the next night. As soon as you miss 3 nights, you're unlikely to withhold that habit. So again, it's talking about perfection as well. So don't hit that one night, don't hit the one night that you don't do something, or the one day or the one time that you don't do something. Don't use that as a, well, fuck it, I'm just going to give it up. It wasn't perfect. Oh, I didn't hit it every time. Because as soon as you stop 2 days in a row, that's when the habit that you're building momentum to create falls off, and then you have to rebuild that again. Okay. So consistency is key. I mean, when do you ever hear me say this? Embrace the process, and remember, it's okay to stumble occasionally. What matters most is that you get back up, you get on track, and you keep on moving forward. One day at a time, guys, one step at a time. You'll see progress, and you will be amazed at what you can achieve and how many excuses you will stop making. How do we stay consistent? Good question, I hear you ask. So what I give my clients is a habit tracker. Essentially, it is part of that reward system in the brain. So as soon as you tick off something, as soon as you cross it off, you feel that sense of accomplishment. And just that ticking alone can actually help with that reward system. So the negative, the punishment comes from it, actually, from not seeing a tick there or crossing it off. It comes from not doing that thing and not being able to tick it off. So that's more of a productive reward and punishment system. If you want the habit tracker, I am going to send it to you guys. So just pop in the words habit tracker below, and I will send this to you, Sheila. If you even dare message me habit tracker on the comments, you already have it. You already have it, Sheila. So if you're watching this and you don't have my habit tracker, just pop in the words habit tracker and I will get that to you guys. So let's recap. Acknowledge your excuses, so really understand where they're coming from. Set realistic goals. Make sure they are realistic, guys. You know, don't give yourself that £100 in 5 weeks bullshit. It only sets you up for failure, which then sets you up for disappointment, misery, and you'll end up going, well, fuck it, I'm never going to do it anyway, right? And that's just not a nice place to put yourself into. Number 3, find your why. Number 4, overcome self-doubt. Number 5, embrace a balanced lifestyle. So don't go too heavy, too hard, too heavy, too fast. Number 6, find a support system, create a support system, utilize this group, y'all. And number 7, stay consistent. I hope this live, I tried to give it to you as quickly and fastly. Okay, now my words just start to disintegrate into nothing. Tried to give this to you as fast as I could. I hope this makes sense. Please, please, please comment below. If you want the habit trackers to comment habit tracker, please, if you need help, if you're still staying stuck, if you're always making excuses, utilize the free consultation call that you get for coming into this group. That's right. Every single person that comes into this Facebook group gets a free consultation call, right, where I will give you some actionable steps. If you don't decide to continue coaching, that's totally fine. You will still get some clear action steps on where to go next. And those action steps are obviously going to be bespoke to where you are. I meet my clients, I meet my members where they are. I don't just give you shit that doesn't work or that's just difficult or inactionable for some. Okay. So if you need some help, shoot me a message, or just write consult call or free call in the comments or in my DMs, and we will set that up for you. If anything, you'll get a free coaching call. Okay. Much love. Don't make any excuses. You've got this. The power is in your hands, and it's only you that decides your fate. Okay. Take care, guys. Much love. Bye.